Over the next week, we are going to be looking at some of the contemporary presidents that have served in office in about the last 60 years. The way we'll go about learning about these presidents is through a project that you will be working on with a group of about 3 to 4 people in here over the next week. And the purpose of this video is to model what your project should look like when you finish over the next week. Once everybody is done, we will watch all the videos on Apple TV, and we're going to be covering all of these presidents, everybody from JFK all the way up to George W. Bush. The app that I recommend you use while working on this project is Creations. If you're not familiar with it, it is a free app, and what's nice about it is you can import pictures like I did with this one. You can record your voice, you can draw on each slide if need be. It suits itself well for the type of interactive project that we're going to be working on. Alright, so now to get into what's expected of you when you're researching your president. The first thing that you're going to want to talk about is a little bit of a biography of your president. Where did they grow up? Maybe where they went to college, what impacted their life that kind of led them to the path of the presidency. Also, you can include wives, children, anything unique about the individual. The second thing that we're going to want to see are the results from the election, whether it's 1 or 2 elections that your president won. We want to know who they were running against, as well as whether it was a close election race or it was a landslide victory. You also need to fill us in on what was going on in the country when your president was in office, okay, and that is known as domestic policy. All right, so different events that were taking place in the country, whether it be protests or civil rights movements taking place, maybe some programs that your president put in place domestically, and possibly even scandals that your president was involved in. Along with that, you're going to also want to include information on foreign policy, okay, things that were taking place around the world while your guy was in office, and the ways that your president impacted what was taking place around the world. So you're going to want to include any major events that took place during your president's terms in office, and possibly any wars that were going on that the United States was a part of as well. And once you've gotten all of your information out, you are going to be grading your president. Okay, you're going to give them a domestic policy grade, a foreign policy grade, and use those to come up with a final grade, and as well as a reason why. If you're giving your president an A, explain why. If you're giving your president a C or D, what was problematic about their presidency that caused you guys to give them such a low grade. And your videos can include anything from pictures to different documents, maybe some maps, political cartoons that represent what was taking place while your person was in office, or events that were taking place, and possibly charts as well that can show, reasons for or against your president receiving a good grade. And we will provide you with some information on each president, big things that happened while they were in office, whether it be domestic policy or foreign policy, to give you a head start as to what to look for. You can use your textbook. That's a great starting point. Then there's always the internet, as long as it's a trusted website. So try to find as much as you can on your president so that when you are grading them, you can give a good argument and a good justification for why you are assessing the president the way you are. Good luck.